Hello and welcome to the USA breaking news on 11th June 2026. Iran closes the Strait of Hormuz after USA strikes threatens oil tankers. Iran has announced the closure of the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz following a military strikes by the United States, a move that could significantly disrupt the global energy market. In a statement released by Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, authorities declared that effective June 11, 2026, no oil tanker or commercial vessel will be allowed to pass through the Strait of the Hormuz. The statement warned that any ship attempting to cross the waterway would be targeted. The announcement comes amid after escalating tension between Iran and the United States. Iran says it has launched a major attacks on USA military bases across the Middle East, including facilities in Bahrain, Kuwait, and Jordan. Tehran claims it tracks the Sheikh Issa base in Bahrain, the Ari Al Salim and Ahmed El Jabel bases in Kuwait, and the Air Azlak base in Jordan. Iranian forces also reported targeting two oil tankers attempting to transit the Strait of Hormuz. Iran says the attacks are retaliation for USA strikes on military facilities in Karachi and ports located along the Strait of Hormuz. Washington, meanwhile, has justified its action as a response to the downing of USA military helicopter in the region. USA President Donald Trump vowed a strong response after Iran reportedly shot down the aircraft, which was involved in monitoring oil shipments through the strategic waterway. The Strait of Hormuz is one of the world's most important energy corridors, carrying roughly 20% of global oil supplies. Iran had previously closed the route after the outbreaks of war with the United States and Israel on February 28 before easing restrictions during ongoing peace talks. Previously, disruption to shipping through the Strait of Hormuz triggered a sharp increase in global oil prices, with a crude oil rising to around $120 per barrel from below $18 per barrel. Price of other commodities, particularly fertilizer and goods originating from the Middle East, also surged due to the higher transportation costs, while travel expenses increased worldwide. Ugandan President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has expressed concern over people continuing to close into Uganda regularly from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, despite the strict measure aimed at preventing the spread of Ebola. Speaking on June 10, 2026, Museveni revealed that Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo are planning to establish joint Ebola treatment and screening centers near the shared borders. The facilities will be located on the Congolese side of the border and will be used to treat patients and assess suspected Ebola cases before they enter Uganda. We have worked with the DRC government and agreed to set up a special Ebola treatment center on their sides of the border. Anyone feeling unwell should seek a treatment there rather than attempting to enter Uganda, where they may lives in a critical conditions. The Ugandan leader explained that while restriction on regular travel remains in place, cargo transport is still allowed to ensure the continued supply of essential goods such as fuel, food, and other necessities. The transport operations have continued because they are vital to the lives of Ugandans. What is not essential at these times are non-urgent trips such as visiting friends and relatives, he stated. Museveni, however, warned that illegal crossing remain major challenges. He noted that some people are entering Uganda on foot or by boats, bypassing official checkpoints and health screening procedures. Those who use illegal routes poses a serious risk, such as journey often take longer because travelers move secretly, and by the time they seek medical attention, valuable time may have been lost. Uganda's current Ebola outbreak was reportedly traced to Congolese national who traveled from Ituri province in eastern DRC and infected several people, including healthcare workers who treated their patients. On May 21st, 2026, Uganda closed all borders routes connecting it to the DRC as a part of efforts to contain the spread of the deadly diseases. Health authorities continue to monitor the situation closely as the country intensifies measures to prevent further infections. Tanzania is seeking to strengthen ties with Russia and Russia companies with expectation of attracting more than $2 billion investment in over the coming years. The announcement follows a historic visit by Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan to Russia, marking the first visit by a Tanzanian head of state to the country in 15 years. The President Samia became only the second Tanzanian leader to visit Russia since Julius Kambarage Nyerere made the trip decades ago. During her visit, she attended an international economic forum and held a discussion with Russian companies operating in the sector including healthcare, mining, agriculture, and technology. Tanzanian ambassador to Russia, John Ulanga, said the government expects to engagement to generate at least $2 billion in a trade investment within the next 3 to 5 years. Based on the investment and the business discussion held, we are confident that Tanzania can attract more than $2 billion in investment and a commercial partnership. This will position Russia among Tanzania's key development partners, Ulanga stated. The planned cooperation is expected to boost Russia's presence in the East Africa market while supporting Tanzania's economic growth. Priority sectors include healthcare, manufacturing, and vaccine production. According to Tanzania's official, Russian companies have expressed the interest in partnering with a local institution to produce up to 20 million vaccines doses domestically within the next 5 years, supplying both Tanzania and the regional market. Russian investors are also exploring opportunities in Tanzania's mining sector, particularly in the extraction and processing of strategic minerals, including uranium used in energy generation and advanced technologies. Russia's energy giant Gazprom has reportedly shown interest in participating in oil and natural gas processing projects in Tanzania. Discussion also covered agriculture, technology, value added manufacturing, and support for smaller and emerging businesses. Tanzania has increasingly looked towards Russia as to diversify its international partnership. The shift comes amid strained relations with some Western countries following the country's 2025 presidential election, which saw President Samia secure another term but draw criticism from conduct of the vote and the unrest that followed. According to economic projection, Tanzania is currently the second largest economy in East Africa community with the projected GDP of approximately $94.89 billion in 2026, behind Kenya $147.26 billion. Tanzania's economy is also expected to grow by 5.9% this year. As the world celebrated the rich history of the FIFA World Cup, African nation continues to be recognized for some of the tournament's most remarkable achievement. Despite never having won the trophy, Cameroon national football team made a history in 1990 by becoming the first African nation to reach the World Cup quarter-final. The indomitable Lions stunned the defending champions Argentina in the opening match and, inspired by Roger Milla, captured the attention of the football fans worldwide. 12 years later, Senegal national team football teams announced itself on the global stage with a memorable debut at the 2002 tournament. Senegal shocked the defending champion France in the opening game and advanced to the quarterfinal, earning widespread praise for its fearless and entertaining football. Ghana national football team also etched its name into World Cup history during the tournament in South Africa. Ghana reached the quarterfinal and come within a single penalty kick of becoming the first African nation to reach the semi-final. Their heartbreaking defeat to Uruguay national football team remains one of the competition's most dramatic moments. The continent's greatest World Cup achievement belongs to Morocco national football team at the tournament in Qatar. Morocco became the first Africa and Arab nation to reach the semi-final. The Atlas Rion defeated football powerhouse Spain and Portugal before finishing fourth, setting a new benchmark for Africa football. Other nationals have also played a major role in Africa's World Cup story. Nigeria national football team regularly reached the knockout stages in 1990 and early 2000s, while Algeria national football team impressed the world in 2014 by reaching the round of 16 and pushing eventual champions Germany national football team to extra times. These historic achievements have strengthened Africa's reputation in world footballs and inspired a generation of players across the continent, with the football continuing to develop rapidly in Africa. Many supporters believe it's only a matter of time before an African national reaches a FIFA World Cup final and perhaps lifts the trophy for their very first time. That's all for now. Thank you for watching.